Okay, so let's start with this perspective. Oh, yeah. So last day we have created that base and we generated this thing. So let's see. I have couple of references now. So create. Let's see. Hot chandelier. Okay. So we have created that shape of this thing. Um, a vase. So we know how to use line and how to create that. So now I'm planning to create I use poly modeling as well as spline modeling, both the things together. So I'll create, I have a reference, I'll show you the reference. You can see it's a shadow layer. So we'll create this. I guess I have a chandelier already. Just give me a second. Oh, I use a different version for this. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So now I have a reference and I want to create this. So how to do it? So first thing first, I have this reference. So I want to create. So I'll just check the size, detail. Last time we discussed 799 by 736 pixels. So last time we discussed. So I'll create a plane first in front view. So you can see we have all these options, geometry, shapes, and everything. And geometry, we have plane. I'll create a plane just quickly and go to modify, and length and width I can see clearly. So I just right click properties on the image and I can see this thing. Height is 736. Height is basically length 736 and 799. 799. So my image is ready. Now drag drop the image on this. So you can see it's clearly visible. Perspective mode. I have the image. Front I can go and move it up and place it in the center. So I have this placement. So I need to you can see previously we have created the basic uh, shape like this car, this thing. What do you call it? We have created that base. So we need to create more assets and bottle. Yes, we create the bottle. So now it was only a line tool we use and create this, right? So now here you can see where I can use a line tool and where I can create it manually. So this entire thing I can create it very quickly with the help of line tool.
So, can you
Yes,
hear me?
yes, tell me.
So, we can put the line tool on the top of the cylindrical cone, and we can use the lathe option after fixing the vertex to the grid,
Hmm.
and we can make that lampshade or the cone shape, whatever we are
Lampshade, yes,
seeing.
yes.
Yeah, lampshade. So that is one technique,
Hmm.
and for the down portion, I don't have any idea. Like we have to make curves out of it, and then we can put a lathe option.
Like this entire thing will be a link. I'll show. Don't worry. This is just
Yeah,
demo. I'll explain it. So I'll go for this. The basic centerpiece. I can use a cylinder. and create this, or I can use a line tool and create this. Like both ways, it works perfectly. So I'll show you the line first cylinder. So I'll just top view. I just generate a cylinder front again. So here I can see I have this cylindrical shape, and I don't want any segments. And what I can do is here, right click, poly modeling. Oh, sorry, not this. Edit poly. I'll apply edit poly so that I can have the entire history polygon. I don't want this polygon deleted. This polygon also deleted. Now border, select the border. You can see wherever I have this section, scale it slightly, scale it down, and to extrude, shift and drag R, scale it down. So like this, manually I can create this thing very easily. Front, you see front, it matches completely. Shift, again extrude and resize. So like this also I can create, but it, you can see it's a time consuming process. Like I can definitely do it, I can create perfectly, but it will take a lot of time. I have to match each and every shape every time and check everything properly and create it. But if I use a line tool, I can do it within no time. So that's why we are using, like, those things need to identify where we have to use line and where we have to use poly modeling. So in this case, I can see this crystal, this uh, glass or crystal, this shape is there. Plus we have this metal shape. So that means, and inside you can see there's a metal shape. So I'm glass, I'll create separately, and all the metal I create separately. So front part, and I'll go to line tool. So I'll start tracing it out. All this shape I'll create later, like separately. Okay. So enable this thing was on. So I'm switching it off. You can see there's like little thickness there. If you press shift, it will create a perfect straight line. It's like a ring. I'm just tracing out the entire shape. And then we have this plating, and interior inside you can see this brass thing. So right now I'm tracing it out, but you can see the image is not perfectly symmetrical. So I created a straight line, but it looks little off center. And plus there's a refraction because it's a solid glass. There will be a refraction, so light will shift, and your position of the model will look different. So I'll fix that. Thickness, this curve. Oh, sorry, my bad. Backspace, 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 backspace. I traced out the backside image by mistake. So this is this side. Thickness is ends here. And this part is not visible, but I can see like there is a thickness. need to trace out the shape. Point, right click, bus. So I just traced out the entire shape, one single solid model. Now we'll go and click apply a lathe, L lathe, and make sure the axis point you see almost matches this thing. No need to worry it's becoming black or what. Those things I can definitely fix. Just click, flip normal, it's fixed. So you can see my basic shape is ready at once. And this the all these parts I can definitely fix. So you can see my basic shape is ready super easily in just few clicks. Now I need to create all these shapes as well. So easiest process will be I will create the basic structure first, then I'll add details. Then I'll create the basic structure. Okay. So this thing is ready. So if I want, I can create this thing with the help of another spline. Definitely I can do that. And this also I can use a spline and create it. This also I can use a spline and create it. Everything I can use spline and create things. So basic structure is almost ready. Now I have this curved shape. So you can see this is like in perspective. So I cannot trace it out. But this one, this backside, this one looks, or maybe this back one looks kind of like front view, like one from a side angle. So I can use this and plus all these cylindrical shapes. Those things I have to create. So I'll go take another line and all these design pattern I can definitely generate it very easily. So I'll just simply trace it out. And this thing continues still here. And this thing is supposed to be, I believe, glass or something, because there's is this thing. No, this is supposed to be metal only. So it's not visible. So I'll just continue this thing and right click. So in this case, I'm not going to use lathe. I'll go and enable rendering and reduce the scale, average out. Quad, should I keep it quad cone? See, it create this conical effect. Everything is quad. If I don't want, I can reduce segments. I can one, two, I can fix it and make it really nice, soft angles. Now we can refine few of the points and things. I can see this is little bit angular. It's not that clean. So go to vertex mode and I can see. And if I want, I can go to fillet and make it really smooth. Position. So make the shape really clean and smooth and nice. You can see entire shape is ready. But you can see there are a difference in thickness and thinness and all those things. I guess I took a bit like complex shape like for the first task. One second, just give me a second. Otherwise, I have to do a lot of dealing. One second. Let's create something simple first, then I'll move to bit complex stuff. Yeah, this looks nice. Let me save it. Save the image. This looks nice comparatively and bit simple. Now, this is like I created like, but I can see there is a lot of detailing. So for first task, it will be very complicated. So can you please explain the rendering option again? Okay. Like rendering option is basically whenever you have a line. So by default, it's a spline. There is no polygon, nothing to render, right? So whenever you have a line and there is a, you can see like create a spline, there is a rendering like sub category where you can enable, like, convert that spline into a polygonal tube. So you can render, you can see there's two options. Render enable in renderer, like in viewport it will be a spline only, but while rendering it will become like polygonal surface, a tube. And I switch on both the things so that I can check it in real time and then modify it. Any line you can convert into this thing. This is like one of the best option in Max, where you can convert any spline into polygon, and it creates a really smooth geometry, really smooth, clean geometry, and you have a lot of controllers, and that gives you very good control over any shape. So, okay. Yes, it's like a preview. It's just a preview. This is not a final geometry until unless you apply edit poly on it. It's just a preview. You can see rendering. It's like enable in rendering and viewport. It's enabling that and making it look like a poly tube. So once you apply the edit poly, it becomes a polygon. So just I'll delete this. I just downloaded one image, and this is like pretty, it's like similar thing but bit simple. So this is something, because that model was very complex, so it will take forever to create this thing, so you won't able to understand the basic process, and you will stuck with the complexity. So we'll create something bit simpler. So this image, I'll check this, right click, same process, property, details, dimension is 2491 and 2426. Okay, so I'll go to shape, grid, and create a plane, and go to modify. Now I can see its length, like basically height is 2426 and width is 2491. So it created a perfect shape of this thing, but it's a huge shape. So I'm just literally, proportion is set, I'm just scaling it down so that I can do it easily, because of scale also your file size increases. So I got the basic structure, basic size, and now drag drop it here. Now I can see this thing perfectly, and it looks clean. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lamps. So that means I can see this one side very clearly, and this looks kind of nice and clean and will almost like symmetrical. Go to line and switch off this to first rendering, switch it off, because it retains the setting from your last used, like whenever you use it last time, it retains the setting. So modify this thing, so like I'll create the entire shape super quickly. So you can see I'm creating all the small grooves and detail and everything. And I'm using like, okay, backspace. I can see, I feel it goes inside and then it's creating this shape. If I want to create this inside thickness also, I can definitely do it. I feel there's some little rounded shape. All these shapes you can see. Straight line, straight line. I'm pressing shift, hold. If you hold shift, it will create perfectly straight line. And this thing you can see, all these things are created separately. And this is a crystal glass bottle or something, glass bead or something. So I have to extend this only. So material wise, I'll separate things. Right click, basic shape done. Apply lathe, access. See, create the entire shape. And if you want to pull, like, see the entire thing, push the image slightly back. You can see it clearly. G to remove the grid shortcut. F, front again. Now I can see my basic structure. See, it creates everything according to the I create everything, and plus there is, you can see the inside part I created that like bowl kind of effect, created that shape also very nicely. So it's like just one line I have to create and it will generate everything. It becomes super easy for me to control. So now this is like nicely done. Everything is ready. Now I have, you can see there is one cylinder here and there is one more shape extruded. So how will I create it? There are multiple ways of doing it. So first I'll create this, what do you call it? This lantern or maybe lamp. It's basically, you can see it's basically a cylinder, So I'll create a cylinder. So I'm using spline and poly modeling both. Top view, and like maybe I'll generate it front again, and here, width and everything, match it nicely, move it. So it's in perspective. So it will, I'll take the half of it and half of it. So it will become, because right now I'm in an orthographic view, front is an orthographic view. So it will automatically cannot see the that perspective part. So that's why I'm cutting it off. So my basic structure, you can see it's ready. Now this part also I can use a spline and create, or I can use a cylinder and create the whole thing together. But for this, I'll create this thing with a spline. That will be really nice and easy. That same effect. There are like few areas which is like really pixelated. I really can't see or make out like what is it. So I'll keep it like this and right click, basic shape, lathe, axis, move it and match the thickness. See, at once it's ready. So by the entire shape. So in this shape, like you see, this shape is ready, this shape is ready, they're in same center, and this shape have all this caps. What if I don't want cap? So what I'll do, I'll apply edit poly and go to face mode, delete this one, delete this one. I guess I'm recording, right? Recording, yes. So I have deleted those two. Now I want to create a shape because this lamp usually they are double sided. They have a thickness basically. So for this, like go to scale, you can see scale, press shift and drag. So it will automatically extrude it. It will extrude this part and create this section. And this lamp, okay. And I can just simply collapse it. Like close this section because this light will spread from here. So I need to create some kind of frame for this thing. So easiest way will be little thickness, move tool, move it up, scale again, scale. I can collapse it and I can go to vertex mode, select the vertex mode. And now from vertex, I want to go to face mode. So what I'll do is press Control and click on the polygon. So it will convert that vertex to a polygon to anything connected to that vertex, like n numbers of edges can be connected or anything. So it will convert everything into a face selection, polygon selection. So that makes my life way easy, and I connect it with this like this. So because anyway that part is not visible, so at least I have some connector and it's connected completely nicely here. Front again. So this shape is ready. This shape is ready. Oh, now I have this shape. And this particular shape, I can use a cube or I can use a spline and I can create it. So let's create this thing with the help of a spline only, because in under spline there are two different formats. One is, if we enable, you can see one is radial, one is rectangular. Okay, this meeting we're going to end in another 10 minutes, so I'll, if it's abruptly ends, rejoin it. So I'll create this shape. Backspace, like make sure it's nicely aligned with everything. Right click. So this time I switch on, enable. It creates this round shape thing, but I don't want it round because this is more of an angular boxy shape. So click on this time radial, change it to rectangular shape. Change it to rectangular shape, and then length you can increase and decrease, width you can increase, decrease. You can see length and width. So width, this length is like way too much, reduce it. And this cap is kind of, I don't like it, keep it 1. So see, my basic structure is ready. Like if I want more loops, I can definitely go for radial, and I can just simply create that radial thing very easily. If I want, I can like write it 12 sided, I can go for like maybe 6 or 7 sided. So I'll have all those extra polygons to create this shape. So my basic structure, you can see my basic structure is ready, front. Now I need to modify this thing according to my requirement. So I'll increase the sides. So I can see 1, 2, Then again this one, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6. Like 6 sides. Then I'll go to line, apply a edit poly, and go to vertices. And this like extruded this polygon like cover, this thing I don't want it, I want to remove it. First we'll create the shape, then I'll fix it. Front again. Now I can see all the shapes. I need to match it with the required width and everything. So if I can do it manually one by one, but that will be way too tedious task. So what I do is I'll select the vertices, and there's something called soft selection. Switch on soft selection, and then move it up or move it forward. So I'm basically matching with the reference now. You can do it like this, or one more technique I can follow is edge. Switch off your soft selection, double click, scale, double click, scale. So I'm matched with the maximum width. Backside you can see, I guess I should reduce thickness. Like balance it out. Because that part is not visible. It's visible. So this is my thickness. So based on this, I'll align everything nicely. So now I created this thing with a spline. Now I'm modifying it based on the polygons. Vertex mode and vertex, all the vertices, align it. Now this is the kind of a step shape. So what I'll do, I'll delete few faces. I can see. So this one I need to delete. So I need this face. I'll use vertex, shape, perfectly aligned. So I'm just aligning. I just move those. So I just averaging out all those vertices and polygons and everything. You can see there's a gap. So make sure there's a smooth transition always. Average out. basic structure. Now I can see all this twist, right? This is, you can see this is slightly going inside. I should have like created this thing with a box. That will be like much easier. Line and angular. That's what I can see. I can see there is a slight twist to it. That will be much easier. So I just undo the entire thing and apply a editable poly. The formations are not there. Strange. Okay, so I got this shape. So what I'm planning here, I'll create the first shape first and then align everything one by one. So if I can see the placement is not perfect. So I can select this, push it here, but that will be like easy, like one part at a time. If I want, I could have like increased this thickness slightly. And this last part, double click, select the entire thing because it should taper, should reduce the thickness. So for that, soft selection is my soft selection. Right. Click on this edge, scale it down. If I want to increase the fall off, I can definitely do it and make it nice, smooth, soft shape. Okay, if you want the image, yes, just give me a second.